Are you planning a trip to Disneyland or Disney World and you don't know where to stay? It's okay. I know it's confusing. But today, I'm going to explain it to you so you know what you want to do. Come on. Hi guys, it's Cara from Wondervault, where we unlock the geek universe and share our insider tips, reviews and collectibles. Today is another episode of our Wonder Plan series where we help you plan a wonderful, magical Disney vacation. So today we're going to dive deeper into deciding where to stay. Hopefully you've watched our last video and you've decided that the benefits you get from staying at a Disney resort are certainly worth the extra money. So today we're going to go one step further and look at what kinds of accommodation there are and what the different price points mean. Okay, so first we're going to talk about Disneyland because it's the easiest. There are 3 resort hotels at Disneyland: the Grand Californian, the Disneyland Hotel and Paradise Pier. So your most expensive Disneyland resort is Disney's Grand Californian Resort and Spa. It's about $560 a night, and it's themed in the arts and crafts kind of era. The next one down is the Disneyland Hotel, which is the original hotel, and it's themed very sort of classic nostalgia, Mickey, Walt, that kind of thing, and it's sort of about $100 less. And then your value option, for lack of a better word, is Paradise Pier, which is sort of a beach clubby kind of thing. An important point to note about the Disneyland resorts is that even the cheapest one, Paradise Pier, is actually an equivalent price to your deluxe resorts at Disney World. So that's something to take into consideration when deciding which park to go to in terms of those cost factors. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Disney World, and this is where it does start to get a little bit confusing because there are just so many resorts to choose from. So to break it down, Disney uses 5 categories of resort. You've got your campground, value resorts, moderate resorts, deluxe resorts, and your deluxe villa resorts. Now, they all have different price points, and I've made you a graph to show you that basically, as you would expect, each of the categories goes up in price. Okay, so there's a lot of information to ingest around the Disney World resorts and the different categories and different price points and then the different types of room inside every hotel, and it can get a little bit confusing. But I think by focusing on these 5 categories, you can at least choose which category you want to look at, because there's actually quite a lot of hotels in each of the different categories. Okay, so the important thing to understand is that the difference in resort types is not just about cost. Understandably, when you pay more, you get more, and there's a higher level of amenity and luxury as you go up the different price points. The campground is obviously a campground. You can bring a tent or bring a caravan or an RV or whatever. That's kind of a niche market. There's only one of those. So your next category is value resorts, and there are 5 value resorts to choose from. Being the cheapest option will be the right option for a lot of groups and a lot of types of families. Apparently they're also very popular with school groups or cheerleader camps or conferences and things like that. So your value resorts can get very, very busy and very, very noisy because you've got lots of kids and lots of groups and lots of things happening. So your next category is your moderate resorts, and there are also 5 of these with different themes. The key difference between a moderate and a value resort is that your moderate resort will have a sit-down restaurant in addition to the food court or quick service food options. At your value resort, you will only have those quick service options. Personally, I don't think that having a sit down is necessarily that big of a deal at your resort, because there are plenty of sit down options at Disney Springs or inside the parks. Another benefit of staying at a moderate resort is that the pools at the hotel often have a water slide, whereas your value resort pool amenities are a little bit more basic. Okay, so your next category of resort at Disney World is the deluxe resorts, and there are actually 8 of these with different themes. These are the ones you tend to see on the promotional stuff. So you've got your Grand Floridian with its beautiful red roof and its chandelier. You've got the Polynesian with its very sort of Hawaiian theme. These resorts are beautiful. In addition to your quick service and your sit down that you're getting at the moderate resort, you're also getting a signature dining option, which is your more elaborate, more expensive dining option. Obviously, as you would expect with a higher price point, these deluxe resorts are meant to give you a higher sense of luxury in terms of in-room amenity and also the sort of pools and grounds. For example, the Grand Floridian also has a spa on ground. On our last trip, I went and had my nails and toes done at the spa, and it was wonderful. Another example is that the Disney Beach Club has this incredible pirate themed pool area that is something to behold. So that's the kind of thing you're getting at these deluxe resorts. You're also getting better transport options because these resorts tend to be closer to the parks. Your 5th and final category of Disney resort at Disney World is your deluxe villas. So these are your Disney Vacation Club villas that are generally on the same property as your deluxe resort. So if you don't know what the Disney Vacation Club is, it's basically like a timeshare program. So with these deluxe villas, you're usually getting a full kitchen. Sometimes you're getting a washing machine and a dryer, a living room, a dining room sometimes. They have like these family suites that can cater to larger groups, and they're also giving you again that higher level of luxury for your stay. Okay, so this year, in 2019, there's actually going to be a few things happening that may start to blur the lines between the value, moderate, and deluxe. Disney Skyliner is really, really new. They actually just unveiled the coverings of the Skyliner, so I think they're preparing to open them to the public really, really soon. And this is going to connect the Pop Century and the Art of Animation, which are value resorts, the Caribbean Beach and the Riviera, which are moderate resorts, directly to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Now with these added transport options, it's likely that being connected to the Skyliner route will probably bump the price of those resorts up a little bit. Now Art of Animation is already the most expensive value resort, and it's actually sometimes, depending on the room you get, more expensive than some of the moderate resorts. The second thing that I think is going to blur the lines between the categories is the renovations and the new resorts that are actually being opened at the moment and over the next couple of years. For example, they have just opened up the new Riviera resort at Disney Coronado Springs, and I had a quick look at the room rates, and they're actually really expensive. They're almost as expensive as a deluxe. So how is that going to fit in terms of the tiered system? I'm not sure. They've also got 2 more hotels planned over the next couple of years. One is going to be the sort of Star Wars hotel, which I think is going to be incredible, and another one called Reflections. So who knows how they're going to fit into the tiered system. Okay, so before you freak out about all the different options and all the different price points, my most important piece of advice is this. Choose a theme that resonates with you. Have a look at the pictures online and have a look at the different themings of the different resorts, because they are all very unique. And pick something you're interested in. On our first trip, on our honeymoon, I chose Caribbean Beach because I'd never been to the Caribbean, and I was just attracted to all the candy colors of all the buildings, and that was a great choice. The next time that we went, we stayed at Port Orleans Riverside, and that was beautiful with all these grand white buildings and the river, obviously. And I stayed in a princess room, which was amazing. And I've also stayed at Art of Animation, and I chose that because I really wanted to stay in a Finding Nemo room. Last time we also stayed a couple of nights at the Contemporary because I really wanted to have a direct view of the fireworks at night, and that was magical. So I think choose a theme and think about what benefits are important to you. Do you want a sit-down meal? Do you want to be within walking distance to the park? Do you want to see the park at night? Or is it really just the cheapest option so you can get in the door? And then that should help you choose the right choice for you and your family. Okay, so that's it. I've given you a taster of the different types of hotels at Disney World and Disneyland, and hopefully you're getting a sense of what category you might be leaning towards. In the next video, we're going to dive deeper again. We're going to look at the resorts in each of the categories and hopefully help you find your perfect match. I hope you've liked this video. If you did, please give us a like and hit the subscribe button. And until next time, I'll be here on Wondervault. See ya!